Good morning, Flosstube. It's Julie with Reflections Framing and Stitching. Today is January the 3rd. It's Monday. And this is regular Flosstube video number 55. Welcome. How are you? I'm doing well. I hope you had a great holiday season. Happy New Year to everybody. We had a good holiday. The kids were all here, minus Abby's husband, who was sick. Didn't do anything for New Year's. So I'm afraid you're just getting me today. I was hoping to do a video with Dan, but he's been busy working on a project in the bedroom, and I haven't had a voice for 2 weeks. So I just decided I sort of have a voice today, so I'm going to go ahead and get a video done, and we'll see how it goes. So, well, where should we start? I have a finish. I have the first finish of 2022. I was hoping to have it done before 2021 was over, but I didn't quite make it because of being ill. I didn't stitch a whole lot. I got sick the Wednesday before Christmas. My family had exposed me to strep throat, so I got strep, and then a sinus infection, and so not a lot of stitching was done. So I did not get it done by the end of the year, but I'm happy that I have a finish, so I will show it to you. This is the Embroidery sampler from With Thy Needle and Thread. 40 count Winter's Brew is what I've stitched it on, and I used almost all of the called for colors. I did change up one of the greens. I think I was supposed to use Weeks Dye Works Olive, and instead I changed the olive to the called for Oscar, and added in Gentle Arts Endive for some of the green. Although they're pretty close to each other, you probably won't even be able to tell that there's two different greens. But anyway, and then on the chart, and I think I sent my chart, you guys, I found, well, I didn't discover it, but I learned about something, and I'm just so excited about it, and I'll talk to you about it later. I'm sure I'm way behind the times. You guys probably already know all about it, but my earring's gonna fall out. It's like a not a miracle, but it's like the best invention since sliced bread, in my opinion. So I'll talk about that in a little bit. But anyway, I sent my pattern already downstairs to the craft room, and I didn't feel like going down and getting it. So, but on the pattern, there's the initials PH, which Brenda doesn't have a whole lot of information on this particular sampler. It is a reproduction. And I decided to kind of move the P and the H are kind of separated by this basket of flowers in the middle. So I decided to put the PH together on one side, and I put JM on the other side. And I'm going to have to dig out the pattern and see if there's a date that this PH stitched this, like a year. If so, I'll put the year in here somewhere, probably a little over one stitching, and then the year that I stitched it. But I don't know if there was a year on it. She didn't put one on here, so maybe there wasn't one on the original. Anyway, this is my finish. Like I said, it's on 40 count Winter Brew from R&R. It's just a small little sampler. I thought I had it finished last night, and then I was looking at it this morning, and I had forgotten to put the little pink flower on there, so I had to finish it up this morning. But I even showed it to Dan last night, and he didn't notice it either, so it was kind of late. It was about 11 o'clock when I finished up. So that's my finish. Now I just need to make sure I record it somewhere. And then I'll take it to work with me tomorrow and pick out a frame and see how long it takes to come in. But anyway, I'm really excited about it. I think it's really pretty. The colors are pretty. And I enjoyed stitching on it. Except for those 3 lines of green down here. That took all of the Zoom session Saturday night and then some yesterday to get that done. And it was boring, and I didn't enjoy that part. But the rest of it I enjoyed. So that's my finish. Excuse me. I still have a sore throat and drainage. So, but at least most of my voice is back. I tell you, last week was a struggle at work because I had next to nothing for a voice. And of course, I was running a sale and people were calling and they couldn't hear me on the phone. It was a struggle. But we made it through. Okay. Not a ton of stitching, like I said, has been done. I started, and I don't know if I've shown this one before or not. It's from the Antique Needlework Designs is the name of the company, and it's Magnolia. And I saw the picture on the website, and it was so pretty that I had to order it. And then this came, and I was like, oh, that's a terrible digital picture. No one's going to buy it based on that. So I decided I had to stitch it myself. So I have a start on it, but I've been focusing pretty much on that Redbird sampler. So I haven't gotten real far on it, but enough that you're going to be able to tell how pretty it is, I think. Sorry, I forgot to take it off the Q-snaps. I babysat the girls this morning, Emma and Addie. So I'm running a little bit behind on my day. Not that I have a ton going on today. I'm still kind of taking it easy. So there, now it's nice and small. I'm stitching this one on 25 count Lugana over 1, and that's what it looks like. It's kind of blowing out a little bit, or maybe that. Anyway, the colors are just what you see here is this and a little bit of this, and then some of the leaves I'm starting. So that's another one I'm working on. And then I started Modern Folk Embroidery. This showed up on the website where I order from, and it's called an Irish Quaker sampler. And I just thought it was really, really pretty. So I started this. Only I am going to leave this alphabet out. I'm not real fond of that particular alphabet. And this thing, oh my God, this thing. It's huge. Let me see if I can find the stitch count somewhere. I know it's here somewhere. Oh, 423 in height and 197 across. So it's big, and I think it will look just fine. I don't know if I have it handy. But I made a photocopy of the front of the chart, and I folded it over and removed that, and I think it'll look fine without it. So I'll just remove this line here, I think, and just bring this down. I thought the color palette was really pretty. You could just leave all this alphabet off of there and just stitch this part too, and that would be fine. I believe that this is old stationery, 40 count old stationery, I think, from Seraphim, I believe. And I don't have a ton done. I'm working on the alphabet. The color palette is really pretty. It's like 3021, 413, 920, 924, 926, 420, 30, what is that? 3768, I think. And then 930. So the color palette is really pretty. You can't see it because I keep it in the bags. But I think it's going to be really pretty. But even with that part cut out, it's big. And I have no idea what I'll do with it because I don't decorate in blue. But I just thought the color palette was beautiful. So is what it is. The other thing, I think there's a couple more things that I worked on other than this next one that I'm going to show you, but I didn't remember, so I just pulled the things that I knew for sure that I had worked on. Noel Sampler from With Thy Needle and Thread. I am doing mine on, I believe it's 40 count patina from Color and Cotton. I think is what I'm doing it on. I really need to learn to make notes, but let's be honest, it's probably not going to happen. Probably not going to happen. So on this one, I'm just starting to fill in the house. So I've gotten this part done there. And I did change that color. This, I think, was all supposed to be done in DMC, and I threw in a couple overdyes, and one of them is this color, which is Country Redwood, I think. So I'm enjoying it. I think it looks good on this color fabric. Gives it an entirely different look from what Brenda did. So, all right, that is everything that I have worked on that I thought I'd done enough that it would make a difference. I know everyone is talking about their goals for 2022. My goal is not to make any goals because I never stick to them anyway. And then I just feel bad. So my goal this year is no goals. I'm going to work on what I want to work on when I want to work on it. If I feel like starting something new, I'm going to start something new. If I feel like starting something and not picking it up again for however long, I'm going to be fine with that. Goals just don't seem to work for me. More power to the rest of you who make your goals and stick to them, and good job. It's just not for me. I kind of feel that it makes it more like work when I do that. So, and I don't want my stitching to be work, so I want it to be pure enjoyment and relaxation. So my goal is no goals, and that's how it's going to be. But I have enjoyed listening to the rest of you make your goals. Now, the let me talk a little bit about the discovery. Not that I made the discovery, but about something that I was made aware of at our retreat. And I know that I have heard people talking about programs before that you can put on your iPad or your phone, and you can download a PDF of your chart, and then you stitch from the PDF. And I always thought, while it would be convenient, I just didn't think that I would enjoy that I would like stitching from my iPad. And so I never was really in a great hurry, or never really felt like I needed to do that. And then when we were at retreat, Kathleen was talking about this program she has on her iPad and how great it was to work with it. And I thought, well, maybe I'll try that out. And so at least I have knowledge of it in case anyone should ever ask me about it. And so it's an app called Notes. So I don't know where I put my. Hold on a minute. Hold, please. I'm coming. Okay. I had to grab my iPad so I get the name right. It's called Notes Writer Pro. And it is, like I said, the best thing since sliced bread. And I had to be converted. So what I really like about it is I don't have to mess with the paper pattern. I don't have to be picking it up and putting it down. Oh, yep, okay, then there's 3 stitches of that color, and then picking it up and I don't have to do that anymore. What I have done is I have taken a picture, or I've made my working copy, and then I take my working copy all together to make one big pattern. So like the Red Bird Sampler, that was 4 separate pages in a book, which drives me insane because I'm never sure whether I'm lining things up correctly. So I made my working copy, I taped it all together into one large pattern, I took a picture of it, put it into this program, and now I have one full pattern. I can zoom in on the place where I'm working, I can zoom out, I can color off, and it is, I just leave my iPad sitting on the arm of the chair or on the file cabinet right next to my chair, and I can make it as big as I want to make it, and it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So for those of you with an iPad, because I know I've heard people talking about a program that works on an Android. And this was the first one I'd heard that would work with an iPad. So I'm sure there are others out there. But I just wanted to say that I was someone who did not think I would enjoy doing that. And I love it. So if it's $14.99 and then you own it, it's not like it's a yearly subscription or anything. And like I said, I put that Red Bird Sampler in there to try to see if I like it. I love it. Love it. So give it a try if you think that might be something you would like. Or maybe even if you aren't sure you would like it, because I was not. But I figured for $15, most people spend more than that on coffee a day. So for $15, I could try it and see how I liked it, and I do. So I will be using it probably for all my patterns from now on, because I get really tired of, like I said, picking up, putting down. The dogs tend to, if I don't remember to put it away, the dogs tend to eat my pattern. This way I can send my original downstairs to the craft room where it will stay pristine. I don't have a working copy that I come home to find shredded on my floor. And oh, by the way, I am not affiliated with that program in any way, shape, or form. I'm just letting you know because I was really excited about it. So anyway, give it a try if you want. I highly recommend it. Okay, what else do I need to talk to you about? Yeah, I don't have any like plans either for 2022 other than to, again, just stitch what I want when I want, however long I want, start what I want when I want. So I can't really tell you what I'll be working on because it's just going to be whatever the mood strikes. I do want to go, I've lost a chart, another with the needle. It's not lost. It just got sent downstairs and I haven't gone down to really dig through things because I think it's in with something else. Hannah Wallace from With Thy Needle and Thread. I kind of want to finish that one because I'm quite a ways into it, and so I think I will go downstairs after I'm done here and try and locate that and maybe work on it for a little while. And then whatever feels good at the time is what I will work on. So those are my plans. Did just a little bit of antiquing before Christmas. Not a whole lot. We made a quick last minute trip out there. I wanted to find one other gift for my daughter-in-law, Marcia. And it was a fast trip because I was not feeling well. And the only thing that I bought was we found a couple of pieces for our village, for our Christmas village that we did not put up this year because Dan was busy working upstairs. Now he thinks we're going to put it up next year. I'm not sure where he thinks we're going to put it, but he thinks we're going to put it up. So we'll see. But I got the grapes, which is Old Mill and Bitter Ales. It's a Department 56 piece that I really liked. It's got the little balcony thing up there. So I got that one. And then I just like the cone-shaped things on Bishop's Oast, which looks like that, but I like these roofs. It's also a Department 56. So we added to the village that God knows if we'll ever get totally put up ever again. What we need to do is build a building just for it. Because I really prefer to just leave it up and just add to it every year. Because it takes probably 3 months to get it up and probably a month to get it down properly. So you're 4 months into the year right there. Might as well leave it up. But I can't put it in the basement. It won't fit out in the library. So I don't know what we're going to do. So stay tuned for the saga of the village. Let's see. Dan has been working on putting up the shiplap wall in the bedroom. He finished up a few little details in the bathroom, so we're no longer flashing the neighbors. He put the frosted stuff on the windows this weekend. So sorry to the neighbors. You don't have to look at things you don't need to see anymore. So he finished up a couple little things there. He'll probably paint the shiplap tonight. And then I think he might be able to move on to the floor. So I've been kind of looking at decor, pictures, lamps, things like that I want to use. And I haven't really, been kind of doing this backwards from how, normally when I decorate a room, I usually have like an inspiration piece, a picture, a figurine, some sort of a decorative item, a bedspread that I want to work off of. And I don't have that this time. So I've been going through a lot of different websites looking at different decor items, and I've got quite the wish list going on Amazon. So we'll see. We'll see what I decide to do there. And other than that, that's what's been keeping Dan busy is working on the bathroom and the bedroom. He did build me he called it research and development. He'd been out in the garage quite a bit, and I knew he was building something, but when I asked what he was doing, he told me he was just working on some research and development. So he built a bench for the shower out of white oak. He looked for teak. He couldn't find teak, so he went with white oak, which is apparently water resistant too. It's not going to sit in the shower all the time. It's going to just, if there comes a time when we need to sit down in the shower, whether because we've hurt our knee or whatever, we can also use it to put the dogs on when we give them a bath if we want to do it in the shower. So it won't sit in the shower all the time. It'll just sit in the bedroom when we're not using it in the shower. But he built that and gave that to me for Christmas. It's really pretty. And I didn't bring it down. I figured I'd let him show you if he's ever in a video again. And let's see. Do I have anything else to tell you? I got another gift that he gave me. I had made a wish list on Amazon, and these scissors were on there, and he purchased those for me. The company name is, I don't know how you pronounce it. And it's a gift set. It's a set of 2 scissors. And, when I was showing the girls on Zoom, they're like, well, are they, do they cut good or do they just look pretty? And they cut good. Are they Dovos? No. But they cut really nice, and they feel, they're smooth. But there's 2 different pair. This is the more decorative floral pair. They're not very big. I'd say 3 inches maybe, 2 3/4. No, probably more like 3. So not very big. And then it has a little baby pair, which is adorable. It's what I've been using lately, is this pair. But you can see they're not, that's my thumb, so it's not much longer than my thumb. But I really liked that gift. Aside from that, I don't know a whole lot. I want to thank everyone that participated in the sale that I had last week to help me with the counting of the charts, which was a big help. I appreciated it greatly, and looking forward to whatever the new year brings. I'm hoping things will calm down and business will pick up. That would be nice. I'll be sending out a newsletter probably this coming week with information on the Spring No Frills Retreat. And waiting to see what happens for market. As of right now, they're still saying they're having it. I'm still planning to go. I don't know if that decision will change. I'm just kind of taking a wait and see attitude as to what's going on with COVID. But I will be putting sneak peeks up on the website as I have time. And that's about all I know about the shop. I'm really rather newsless. You don't go anywhere, you don't do anything, you don't have a whole lot to talk about. The other night, sorry, this is totally off topic. The other night, it was it New Year's? No, the night after New Year's. So it would have been, no, it's New Year's Day night. So not New Year's Eve when all the fireworks go off, but January 1st, the night of January 1st. I'd gone to bed. It was probably midnight, 1 o'clock. And I heard this, I swear what it sounded like was that someone had thrown something through one of our windows. And Dan heard it too. I got up, started checking all the windows, because this has happened before. It's when I was growing up, the kid across the street had a beef with my father. Remy, quiet. Had a beef with my father and threw an ice ball through our front window. I'm sure he assumed that, he was younger and could outrun my dad, which I would have agreed with until I saw my dad shoot up out of the chair and take off after this kid, and he caught him, which I would not have ever expected because my dad was disabled. He had a really bad back and bad knees, and would never have expected him to be able to catch this kid, but he did. Not that it did any good, but so that's what it sounded like. I can still remember the sound of that ice ball hitting the window and it shattering, and that's exactly what it sounded like. But we checked all the windows and doors, and everything was fine. Dan checked the furnace and the water heater to make sure nothing was going on there. He went outside and kind of looked around as much as he could. It was, really a cold night, so he didn't bundle up and go out and check. He just kind of looked around on the deck and stuck his head out the front door, and we didn't see anything. So the only thing he walked all the way around the house the next morning and didn't find anything. So the only thing we could come up with was the neighbor two houses down, not the naked house neighbor, but the neighbor on the other side of them. Their fence is missing, and the only thing I can think is that maybe the fence for some reason collapsed, and that's what we heard. But it was really bizarre. It scared the shit out of me. Pardon my French. So that was the only exciting thing that's happened recently. The kids are all fine. Abby called me this morning. She was getting groceries and went to step out of the car, and it was ice, and she fell. Luckily straight onto her butt, so I don't think the baby was hurt. But she hit her shin because she kind of fell next to the car that she was parked next to, and apparently hit her shin on it. So she said she had quite a welt from that, but she thought she was okay. But otherwise, everyone's doing okay. We've had, like I said, strep throat going through the family. Stomach flu went through Abby. Reese, her, and Travis all got the stomach flu. And that's it. I don't have a whole lot, and I'm probably boring you to tears. So I will let you go, and I will make it a priority to get a chart of the week video out on Saturday, so you can look for that. And yeah, I think that's all I have. So thank you for joining me. Again, I hope you had a wonderful holiday. Thank you for all the cards that I got. Got a couple of gifts I need to send thank you notes for. I appreciate those. I do want you to know I'm the world's worst thank you note sender. It's not that I don't appreciate the gift. It's just I write them. For some reason, I never get them sent. So my bad. I will attempt to do better. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful 2022. Get lots of stitching done. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye.